Hi, everybody. June here. I'm so glad to be here with you again today live and to show you three more alternate projects with the paper pumpkin from September, Love, with Love and Gratitude. My name is June Leindecker, and I'm the owner of Red Daisy Crafts, and I'm passionate about paper crafting and love showing the crafting kits with everybody and providing some ideas of how you might do alternate projects with them. The crafting kits really help me relax, and I find that I can unwind easier after a busy work week. So let's dig in to our projects today. So I mentioned last week that we're going to be showing a little bit of about a little banner I was putting together. So we're going to do that. We'll do that last. I think it'll be a lot of fun and a good way to end. We're going to do some stamping with our Stamp and Write markers today. And we're going to use this punch, the lovely labels, and so we have a couple of cards to do before we get to the banners. So just as a reminder, this is the With Love and Gratitude paper pumpkin. The new paper pumpkin should arrive, I think, sometime this week. And I look forward to hopefully getting to dig into that with you all next week. And basically, there's a new paper pumpkin, but I forgot to print out the thing and they don't give us a piece anymore. And so I apologize, but I will get it posted in the group for you all. There is an add-on. There's an add-on right now that's available. Hi, everybody. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Appreciate everybody taking time to join the live. I was just saying that there's an add-on kit right now that coordinates with the October and the November paper pumpkin, and it's an add-on of cards and envelopes. It's 20 cards and envelopes, but they're a 5x7 size card. So for those folks that really prefer cards over anything else, it's a good opportunity. So don't be shy, go get it. And after this live, I will put links into the description. The November paper pumpkin is going to be more of a treat box concept. I haven't had a chance to dig into the details of that, but I do know it's some type of treat box, and also that it coordinates, so we may be able to use the 5x7 card bases to create some really awesome alternates with it. So let's dig into today, and I am going to put you down to the table and get out of the way. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. All right. So let's start with this card base. It's a Mossy Meadow. We're going to use, excuse me, we're going to use the Stamp and Write markers today to color the eucalyptus branch stamp. I had to kind of move things around for some other projects, so I'm got to get my stamps back out here. And so we're going to use that. I don't want to take that off of there because we'll probably use it. But here's the eucalyptus leaf. So I'm just putting it on to my block. And then we're going to also, on this card base, we're going to stamp some words. And so I think we're just going to use the thanks stamp. And we're going to do some repetitive stamping with that. Oh, good. This fits perfectly on here. And I'm going to do some tone on tone with Mossy Meadow ink. And That way we can just get like a little bit of a repetitive pattern on here. And so I'm getting this out. I want to get a little piece of paper that I can put on the mat while I am stamping so I can get off the edge without making a mess. And so we're just going to do some very random stamps across here. And much of this is going to get probably covered up. So I just want to make sure that I have some here on the edges, which is really probably more important for this. But just want to, get some background filled in so that it will not look funny when we put on the other layers. But I like filling up a background with some words. If you've not tried that, it's a lot of fun to have them there. I think I got a little repetitive over here. It kind of looks funny. I think I better do something similar over here. Okay. All right. So that's our card base. So I'm going to get my bone folder. And how's everybody doing this weekend? Did you have a nice weekend? We are finally getting some nice weather here. So as you can see, it's just very random. We're going to put something across here. So it's going to cover all of this middle part. So we don't have to worry about that. And here's the piece we're going to be placing across. So for example, it's going to go like that. So that's why our words are just kind of a little bit random. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll put a couple down here in a different place, and maybe one right up here. That way, when they put this down, it'll be a little more. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so we're going to stamp on here, and we're going to use the markers. I actually watched Chelsea Christensen do this a few times and decided I had to give it a go. And we're going to use the pecan pie and the mossy meadow. And I'm going to get a tissue because we're going to use a tissue on this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ink up all of the eucalyptus leaves. I just see like a red mark on here. So I'm just going to clean that off because I don't actually think it was ink, but there's like some kind of fuzz. There we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to ink up the eucalyptus leaves with the mossy meadow, and then we're going to come in and do the branches and the twigs with the pecan pie. So I'm hoping you can see this all right, but I'm just basically coloring my my eucalyptus leaves. And when I do this, I'm using the brush end, okay? And I am also going a little bit in a circular motion, because if you just go, back and forth, that's exactly what it's going to look like. So you want to go in sort of a circular motion. And I'm sorry, I just realized I'm probably shaking the table, so this won't last long, but I want to make sure I got some good coverage there. All right, so now we're going to come in with the pecan pie, and we're going to go over the stem. And this is just going to give it a more realistic perspective of how, obviously stems are not always green, or the colors we've been using, like the Lost Lagoon and stuff like that. Now, once we've done this, I am going to take this tissue and I'm just going to like stamp it down a little bit on here. As you can see, I'm getting some ink off like that. So it's a little bit like stamping off in a sense. And now I'm going to huff on here. So a lot of hot air. And that's going to reactivate the ink that we put down onto the stamp. So now I'm just pressing down like this, and then we're going to have, oh, obviously did not get the best image here. If I can see if I can line it up. Hate to do this, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, folks. See how we can do. If I can get in there a spot that was not. Yeah, it's a little bit better. That's okay. So as you can see, I'm having an issue. I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard to put down. I need to find my little sponge, the piercing mat. That's what I really need for this. Okay, so we're gonna do this a few times. So once again, I'm gonna come in and get some ink onto the eucalyptus leaves. And the nice thing about this is you could just keep going over and then we're going to come in with the pecan. What is it? Pecan pie? Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to come in with the pecan pie again and just go over the branches here. And then we're going to use our tissue once again. So this is just kind of like helping to get a little bit of a stamp off so we don't get a really heavy color. So I'm going to turn this. And you can see it makes it a little foggy. Now I'm going to see if I can press down a little harder. I think it's just maybe the table a bit, but I have my cardboard now, so I'm hoping we'll get a better, oh yeah, much better. So as you can see, I just really like the look that it gives with the brown branches in there. And then the tissue gives it a little bit of a stamped off look when I have both colors. And so we're just going to do one more here. And then I'll stop shaking the table and we'll move on from this. But if you've never tried doing something like this with your with the Stampin' markers, you know, to be honest, you can use the Stampin' markers just like the ink pads, just like this. And it really can help you in the beginning if you're just getting started with your ink pads and stuff. Like you could get some markers instead. They don't take up as much space. You know, if you just want to give it a try or get, you know, more colors and things like that. So, okay, one more time. Here we go. All right. Gotta huff on it. Gotta get the hot air to reactivate all the ink that we have on that stamp and to make sure that we get a really good image. All right, there we go. Very nice. Very nice. So I'm going to realign a little bit of my layout so that I can maybe put something there and it won't be as noticeable. I was going to do it more at the bottom, but now maybe I'll do it up here instead. And so this is just going to go on to here just like this. Okay. And then we're going to use part of one of the card bases I used with the stamp. So before I have a mess, let me just put these back in here and get them put away because I just got them. You know, I'm so excited. I don't know if you saw, but they redid the markers. The brush end we just use is fine, but on the other end, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the tip is more now a little fatter and not as defined. I'm excited to use them because I did not really enjoy using the other ones. It was like very fine point to try and color with. And, you know, you don't want to always use the brush tip end. So I think these are going to be so much nicer. So then I used the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. So I don't know if you can see it, but this has like 3 tracks on each side and then a really fun like little N on it. So it gives a little bit of a, you know, design to it. And so I cut this. I already cut the size that I want for the card, but I thought I would show you how it works. And so these are cut at a 1/2 inch. That's the smallest size. Okay. So you open up the punch, and so I'm just placing that in the track right there and pushing it all the way in. Now I like to turn my punch over. And so I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. I want to make sure it got lined up properly. And so now I have punched that off. Now this is the other one that we're not using on the card. So it's a little bit of a kind of like a beveled edge. And so then you could trim this. Now just keep in mind, it is going to take off about an eighth. Yeah, about an eighth of an inch. And so you don't want to cut it to the size you want. You need a little extra for when you're going to do the punching. And so then I'll do this other one, but putting it in there, and then I flip it over. And so now we have that one. So now you can see the 2 sides. So one is more like a little etched edge, and this one's more like a little scallop. And so I think it's really nice punch to have for you to make a quick label that doesn't feel just like it's cut and squared off. Okay. And then we're going to put a sentiment on here, and we're going to use the pebbled path for this. Oh no, you know what? I want to use early espresso to keep with the brownish tones of the card. And so what sentiment are we going to use? I think I will use just thank you for this. And let's just get our thank you on the block. And so I want this to be nice and dark so we can see it. And I'm sorry, I want to get close enough so I can make sure I'm getting it in the center. So there we have it. And I'm just pressing down, holding it. I like to let that ink set in a little bit. It seems to give a crisper look. And so there we have our thank you. Okay. And so that is that piece. All right. So on the inside of the card, let's go ahead and put a few things stamped on here. I think I'm going to just repeat. Now that I put the markers away, I think I might like to repeat the branches one more time on the inside. So let me get those out again, one real quick. And then we will do that. And then we can move on. And sorry, I said I wouldn't shake the table anymore. That was not true, was it? Not planned, promise, not planned. All right, so what have you been crafting this week? I'd love to know what you're making, what you've been getting into, and tell me what y'all have been up to. It's been a very busy week. I've been in a little bit of a shopping event this week, and um, trying to do my thing. And so I've been a little busy with that this week. And then my husband's aunt, my aunt, she turned 75 this week, and so there was a party for her yesterday. And okay, so let me have there was a party for her yesterday, and that was a lot of fun seeing family. We don't see them all the time. Um, and that was a really nice time. And it was good food. Good food. Yeah, this table must have like a little bit of a bow because it's not giving me the best stamp there. But this is not too bad. Not too bad. So we're good with it. And that'll just be on the inside of the card. So now we can start putting our card together. So this is going to go right inside here. And so let's just get our favorite liquid glue out, the Tombow with the green lid. And we're just going to put this down right here. And get that glued in. All right, so this is going to go right here. And we're going to put it down with some glue, and then we're going to wrap some linen thread around it. Oh, maybe I do it this way. Maybe I do it this way. And then I can put my little label right here. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, that was easy. We got it figured out. All right, so this piece right here, I'll tell you, is from the little box, the paper that is, the box in the kit. And there is like a little score line here, but it's really not that noticeable. And let's see, so it's 5.5 inches across, and then it is 2 7/8 inches wide. Now I was able to get that by just trimming some of the envelope piece off, or the top part that's a little bit slanted, so I could get it in the center and get as much of the width of it that I wanted. So now we're going to take some linen thread and we're going to wrap it around here. And so I like to usually see how much I need, and then I can cut this and we can try to unravel the, there we go. So I'm going to need about this much. Okay. So I've kind of figured out that if I can run this out over my bone folder, that I can sort of straighten it out a bit and it's not so curly. I just find it easier to work with when it's not like curly, curly, curly. All right, so let's get back to where we were. And so we want it to go right through that part that is not stamped very good. And so I'm going to wrap it around twice, and then we're going to put a bow on here. And I'm going to make it a little bit of a bigger bow. A little bit bigger ears on it. And so cut this extra tail off. All right, so we have our linen thread on there like that. And then we're going to put this up on dimensionals. So let me just move this around so it's in the most opportune spot. Okay. And then let me get, have some edge here. I want to use some of this edge so that I can put the dimensionals onto our tag. So I believe that's the bottom, and I want it to go right at the edge of here. And then I'm going to do some more on the other side so that the linen thread basically goes down the center of this. So we're just kind of putting this around that linen thread. And we're going to put it right there. All right, so now we have our sentiment on here. That looks really pretty, y'all. I love that look of the stamp. And I was thinking about putting some gems on here. And I've been using this Blooming Pearls with this set, which was part of the add-on kit that I sent out to some folks that joined up. And we're just going to use the gold on this. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. And we're just going to put a few out here just to bling it up a bit. And let's see. Oops, missed that. All right, so put one right here like that. So just a few pieces of shimmer on here, and that's our first card. So tell me what you think, if you like it. I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Thanks for being here, and let me tell you, this card is very similar to the one that they put on the, so here you can see right here, they did it a little bit different, but it's also very similar to the card that was in the back of the Paper Pumpkin instruction book. They give us some other ideas, and they kind of did their vines in a little row. So, okay, once again, we're done with the markers now. So let me put these away, and we'll move on to the next card. And this one, we talked a little bit about it last week. We just didn't get through everything. But I have some of the paper from the All About Autumn, I think it's called, that we have in the mini catalog. So let's just get our bone folder out. We'll get this folded, figure out which side's going to be the front. You know, sometimes when you're doing your scoring, you're just like a teeny weeny bit off. And so I can see the front here. So this side is better. And this paper is gorgeous. Truly, truly gorgeous. And so we're going to do some stamping on here, again, using the eucalyptus sleeves. And they're going to go up here. Now I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock with this, and then we can clean our stamp and do that. And then you might recall I had used some of the dies for Just Wanted to Say, the dies that are in the annual catalog. I get this cleaned up from the marker. It kind of gets a lot more on the edges. And so just cleaning this really good, so we're not, you know, putting it onto our Pretty Peacock ink pad. So let's see, get it. Yeah, I think we got it clean. All right, so now we're going to get the Pretty Peacock out. And such a rich color, the Pretty Peacock is. It's so pretty. So I think it's going to be gorgeous to use on here, and we're going to use a full strength. And so we're just going to come in on this side and hopefully get a really good image. Yeah, really nice. And then we're going to come on the other side, and I'm going to come down here. Make sure we get a really good press in the center. And so that was good. And then let's do another one coming in on this side. Press down really good. This probably isn't the best table to be doing stamping on, but it works for the video. So that's where we do it. All right, so that is Pretty Peacock, and then this is going to come on here like this, okay, and that's going to get put down onto the Pretty Peacock card base. And just that color is just so pretty on there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, good evening. I'm so glad to see some of you watching tonight. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to sneak a drink. It's just a Diet Coke. But it's so good, y'all. So good. And then we are going to add this happy birthday from the Just Wanted to Say set. And so I was thinking, I don't know if I want to cover all that up. It's so pretty. I was thinking almost to put it down here and let the top part stand on its own. Anybody care to comment, top or bottom, with the happy birthday? Because I got this brushed gold, distressed gold, I guess it is, that we did with the happy birthday, and I really like it with that copper. Well, it's not copper. What is it? It's almost like a rose gold. The brownish tones of that foil, but I really like this, and was thinking I would just put it down here at the bottom and then maybe add some of the brushed butterflies at the top to bring it all together. But I'd love to know what you think if you have a comment. And then we'll just move on. I'm going to go with it. All right, so let's put our first layer down onto our card base, which is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And so we'll get that laid down, and then we'll add the DSP, this beautiful, beautiful DSP. Oh my goodness. Oh, it slipped. It slipped. I don't know if I'm going to get it to move. Shoot. I don't like it when it does that to me. I could trim the card. I might just trim it just because I want it to be even, and it'll be easier now that it pushed. I must have accidentally pushed it whenever I moved. So I want to take like a little 1/8 of an inch off of here to even it up. There we go. Doesn't impact really much by doing that. or any of the other pieces that we have. But here we go. So now this is going to go down here at this point. We're not going to let go of it until we know it's firm, because I don't like it when it moves on me. I don't think anybody does, right? So that is that part of it. And I just think that foil is beautiful. I guess it is copper. I guess it is copper. I keep going back to that in my head. So I'm just going to get out some of these little added pieces in here. They may come out whenever I take off the backing, because I don't know if you remember, but I used the adhesive, I backed the distressed gold specialty paper with adhesive, and when I cut the words out so it would be easier, but those holes are being sticky. And now I've got to get the back off. Here we go. All right, so here's the first one. So we have happy. And so here's our happy birthday backer. All right, and so just try to get this lined up the way it's supposed to be, because these are just so fragile and easy to manipulate into another shape. So I don't know. I think last week I held it with my take your pick tool, which I think is probably better. And I'll do that with this one, I guess. So I get these added pieces out. One more here. All right, so now let's see if we can get this going. All right, sorry. Trying to focus here on not making a mess of it. And I'm not talking, so sorry about that. Okay, now let's see it, because I think what I did last time was kind of put it on here. That is much easier. Okay, so just getting that B lined up properly, and then I can get the other ones in. And now go to this end and line it all up. We are making chili tonight. Well, I shouldn't say we. My husband is making chili for dinner. I'm excited to get chili for dinner tonight. And let's get all these little doodads out of the way. So I'll get all these pieces moved out of the way from what we're doing. I don't like all the mess for you guys. Oh, and our tissue can be moved. I got little pieces of adhesive everywhere. Let's see if I can get this all out of here. And that way I won't get distracted. Okay, so still just trying to make my decision. I could put it in the middle, but I kind of like it down here. I think if I put it up here, it really takes away from all these beautiful stamped images. And so I think I'm going to put it down here. And we're going to use dimensionals. I'm going to use up a lot of this edge because it can work for these funny lines, all the different shapes and stuff. So I'm going to use this to get good coverage. Then I think this might work perfectly right here. Yes. All right. So we're going to have that up on dimensionals, and then I have to find my brass butterflies in my lovely stack of things. So I'm just going to put this at an angle like that. So let's see, where are they? Sorry for the hands and the arms and all that. Let's see. Where are they? Oh my goodness. I know they're over here. Let's see. I think I showed y'all all my fun labeling I did and made all these fun little holders. But I have some other embellishments that have come in, and here we are, that I still need to get into some labels. So just trying to not make a mess here. Here is our brass butterflies. I like this card because I think it could be used for a man or a woman, even with the butterflies being added. So let's just put a few butterflies on here and add some little ones. And one more. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So pretty. I just love it. Okay, so now we have the inside of the card. And I think I'm going to stamp again with the Pretty Peacock and do the eucalyptus one more time. If I don't throw my stamp on the floor, which I just did. One moment. One moment. All right, so better clean it off. Make sure we don't have anything on here that we don't want on here. Just giving a distressed look to our stamped image. All right, here we go. We're just going to put it off to the side so we still have room for writing a note to our recipient, our birthday person. Oh, I love that color. Love it. And so there we have that. And then we're going to put this right at the bottom, similar to how the front is. And then we can put it on the inside of the card. And this card will be done. This card will be all done. So beautiful. You know, the set has really provided a lot. There's been a lot of things that could coordinate with it. And I just really love that when the kit has a lot to be able to coordinate with. So y'all are awful quiet this evening, and that's okay. I would love to know what your if you're excited about getting the new paper pumpkin. I am excited about getting the new paper pumpkin. I need to put those away and stop trying to stab myself. And that is our card, our second card. And I really love the different, the brush gold with that copper. I think it's very pretty. So that's our second card. And guess I did sort of stab myself with those scissors. Okay, so now we're to lots of fun with the banner. So let me put my brush butterflies away and make it easy on myself here. And so I think I shared last week that that I cut out some alphabet letters with the oh gosh, Alamode, Alamode, is that what it's called? Oh my goodness. What is it called? Oh gosh, I don't have them handy anymore. They used all the little alphabet letters, and we cut out thankful. And then we took all the pieces, like I cut off the tops of the little boxes. So right at the edge of the box, cut it off. I took 2 envelopes, and I have cut 3/4 of an inch strips that are these are these are 3.5 inches wide by 3/4. Okay, so I made a bunch of strips using the inside of the envelope, and I just trimmed it off, and then I cut 3 1/4 inch strips. Okay, and thankful is 8 letters, so we had to have 8 of them. And to save time, I have put 7 of the pieces together, but I saved the last one to put all the finishing touches on with you all, because you don't need to see it repeat in a sense. And so just trying to save some time for that, as some people say, with the magic of video. We have our banner, and so we're going to put the last one on, but this is the banner. Isn't it just darling? We have our little envelope flaps here, and so I used the jute that is in the catalog, the main catalog. And so this is the in color jute trim, and because this kit includes both the copper clay and the pebbled path, I used both of them just to give it a little bit of support in a sense. And then I used my hole punch, so I'm sure everybody has a hole punch. I used my hole punch to punch holes in either side, and I like it because I made a pretty large hole, and so I made these knots, but they're really more to decorate the banner itself. And then on the back, I use glue dots to put these in place, so it's not going to slide back and forth or anything like that. And so we have used a few of the elements from the kit to bring in and decorate. So, and then I used the blooming pearls to put onto each of the banner pieces. So we have the H, and in the alphabet I think it's alphabet Alamode, there's also this little star shape here, and so I added it, and each one has like a little bit of the pearls on it. And then in the center, I have put the little display of the pumpkins, so you can see it's kind of, weighed out by having the comparable pearls on each side. And then as you go to the next one, it matched the one beyond that. So here we're going to add the stars to match the A. Okay, and so we got the pearls here in the same similar place, and we're gonna put a star on here. And then if you go to the next one, these two match also. Okay, and so they look very similar, so it just makes our banner balance. And then the last one, which is what the one we're going to put together right here, this one is going to get something on this end of it similar to what we have here. It'll be the orange pumpkin. And so that's what we have. So first I'm going to start by doing my hole punch. So on my hole punch, I have like this little ridge right here that I use to measure with. And so I was lining up my hole punch to the same spot each time on all of them. And so on that side, I use this side, and then I'm going to turn it over here, and I'm going to use the other side for measuring and making sure my holes got in the same place on my little banner pieces. Okay. And so I'm going to put that out of the way. All right. And then we are going to, these are little extra pieces that we don't need. I just wanted to show you kind of what we had done. Okay. And so we're following this one here with the T basically. So here's the L that we're going to use to put our letter on. I use the Distressed Gold Specialty paper. I do too. I do too like these dies. I like it better when I can get the peeling off. There we go. Has nothing to do with the dies. And so then I'm just, I've tried really hard to place them all in the same exact spot, and make sure like that they are getting like basically the same distance up here. So they're just all pretty even. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this one on to the string because I found that worked easiest if I just did all of them at one time and measured everything so that I was basically, doing my knots at the same distance and all of that type of thing. So I got to this point and I basically have my knot going here like that. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm just really going out, basically about 1.5 inches, and I'm putting another knot. Okay. And then I just repeated that over and over. Okay. And until I got all the way through and tried to make sure that I had about the same amount of tails on this end that I had on the other end. So now I just want to make sure, yeah, that's about right. Okay, and so then I flipped it. Once I got everything done, I made sure that this was laid down properly, and then I'm gonna put a glue dot right back here. So that will hold it in place and there won't be any sliding and whatnot. So I'm just taking a glue dot, putting it here, and then I'm putting the jute over it so it's not sticky or anything on the back. And now that is in place and it's not going to move around. Okay. And so we have that. Now the next thing is we're going to add our pumpkins. Our pumpkin, excuse me. All right, so on this one, my leaves, I want them to go down because this one is going up, and we're just doing a little bit of the opposite. Okay, so I'm going to put it about here. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on here, right where I'm going to be putting my my leaves down. So I'm just putting 2 dimensionals on like that. And then I'm going to come in here and just trying to get a similar look and feel. And then we're going to add the pumpkin right up here. Now the pumpkin is going to get up on dimensionals. This smaller one is not, but when I did the orange one on the inside letter, it does get popped up. So I'm going to put the dimensional right onto the leaves, and I'm going to cut this corner off. So it's a nice size. We're going to put it right there. All right. And then we're going to just place the pumpkin on that dimensional. So just like so, like that. Okay. So just a little bit, doing a little bit to the opposite. Okay. Because this is the T and here is the L. So we want them to be similar. Now the thing that's missing is the little gold leaves. All right. And so I have that here, and we're going to just put a little bit of glue on the back of here. I'm got a big gunk on the end of my glue here. I'm gonna get that off of there, and we'll do this again. So just getting a little bit out of here, and putting a little bit on these leaves at the bottom. So then we can just tuck it right in here like that, and just pressing down so that we have our little foil going in the little bit of the opposite direction. Okay. And then we're going to add some of the pearls to this one. And I did alternate between the greenish and the bluish. I went back and forth. So this one is going to be the bluish color. And if I get my stuff out of the way so I can see what the T has, it's going to go about right here, and one little tiny one next to it, just like that. So, and I know that that is really hard to see, so I'm going to bring it closer to hopefully show you the pearls and how they are looking. Okay. So they look very similar. I don't know if you can see it a little bit better there. There you go. And so there is that piece. All right, so I am going to set that aside. Now we're going to add the stars. And that needs to go on to this F. Just like over here on the A. And so I'm just going to get this backing off of here. And I feel like when I do this, I feel like I'm almost blind, like I cannot see anymore. So close up. It just really is being difficult. But I'm trying not to tear too much because I don't want to tear the, there we go. I don't want to tear one of the stars off either. So there we go. All right. So I really think these stars are so pretty. They have a little bit of an embellishment in them. All right. So now that's going to go on the F, and we're just going to do it kind of the opposite direction that we had over here. And just like that. So just a little added sparkle to the page. And so that takes care of that piece. Now let me just get some stuff out of the way because I think that's everything that we had to do for the banner. And if I clean up my mess just a little bit, so we have a clear space to look at it, and get the dies out of the way. So I don't want to lose them. Gotta get them put back in their home. And put the pearls up, and then we will get our banner out and let you see the whole thing. I'm really excited about it. I want to take it to work for my cubicle at one of my workplaces. I go a few different places each week for work, and one of them I have a cube, and people decorate there, and so I like to try and decorate. I thought this would be nice to take there for my desk. All right, so here we have it. I have thankful like this, just like that. Isn't it so cute? I love it. I wish there was a way to show you the whole thing, but we'll try and lay it out and then move it. So here's the full. And then here is the thankful and the T. There we go. Oh, I think it came out really nice. It's just a fun idea and something you can do if you're not using the boxes. You can make the little banner pieces out of anything, any cardstock that you have, and do almost the exact same thing. I just love the little foil piece, the accent of the foil onto the box, and so I thought that was fun. So I just want to do a little bit of a recap of all of the cards we have made. Just so many things. We've made some boxes. We made some boxes the other weeks. I wish I knew where my little clip was. There's just not a pretty gold one, but let's just get that tied down. And then we made our banner, and we made ones with using embossing folders. I showed you how to make like a little treat pouch with the punch. Let's see, we made this with using more embossing folders. Here's another one like that, just a different color. And here we have another one similar to that. We did can't remember what we did online. And then last week we did this using the beautiful All About Autumn paper, and we stamped with the masking. We made pumpkins, layered pumpkins on here. And then this is one of my favorites that we made using this, and the All About Autumn. I just love this paper. It's beautiful with it. And then of course here's the original like little card base that goes with it. So we have made a lot of things with this. And then of course today we made this again using All About Autumn paper, and here just some basic stamping. So many things, y'all, so many things. And I just love getting together with you all and spending this time. I'm excited about the October kit. I think it's crazy to say it, but I'm looking forward to doing some Christmas cards with you all, and maybe some treat things. And so I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend. It's really great to be with you all and spend this time. And don't forget about the paper pumpkin for November. And I will have, once I get my kit, I haven't wanted to put together the add-on kit until I get the kit this time, because I want to make sure it's really a good value to you all. And so that'll be coming soon. And so y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Have a super week. Find some time to craft. Bye-bye.